Grand Rising, beautiful souls. Honey Guy here. Welcome to Starseed Direct Tarot. I want to take a moment to just have a gingerly morning chat with you while we pull some oracles, see where the message goes. I'm currently beautifying before the sunrise. Lately, I've been trying to beat the sun. I try to meditate around the sun rising. I don't know, for some reason it just boosts me extra. But I digress. I recently saw a reading by one of my favorite readers on YouTube. Shout out to Spiritual Sag. She brought up a very good point about destiny and how people struggle their whole lives to go with what society agrees with, and they find that they're not happy. I mean, this kind of coincides with the message I was thinking about yesterday while in class, that you can spend your whole life chasing after physical wealth, not realizing that spiritual wealth holds so much more weight. And people discredit it because when you think of spirituality, you automatically think that it is designed for you to live poorly, and that's simply not the truth. The divine doesn't intend for its creation to be poor. We are spiritually rich, okay? And when you are spiritually rich, you are the master, co-creator of your universe. It all matters on what your intention is behind it. When you're living in your soul purpose and you're doing what the divine assigned you to do this lifetime, you will be abundant. Do you see what I'm saying? You just have to get out of the mindset of the safety net. Okay? You got to be willing to take that risk to get out on that tightrope, whether there's a safety net or not. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm speaking to somebody. North Node. If you're not familiar with astrology, or you don't believe in that kind of thing, or you just don't know what your North Node is, you can go to my website, starseeddirect.com, and we generate your natal chart complimentary, tool provided by a partnership that I have with Astro Charts. Shout out to Astro Charts. Thank you so much. You can go there. There's also many other divination tools and charts and calculators. I don't know what's going on here. Whoever's energy this is, okay? Because when I saw that reading, I was thinking of quite a few people. And you're nervous. You're anxious. You don't know what's going to happen next. Perhaps coming out of COVID or during COVID, you got complacent on how certain things were going, and you're realizing now that things are starting to open back up, that it's required of you to pivot now. And although you may be very good at pivoting, you may also be coming to the realization or thinking, is this even what I want anymore? It's normal to have those kind of feelings when you have achieved a certain level of success in life, and at some point you realize, am I slaving for someone else to build someone else up, or am I going to build something that's going to mean something to me? Now, if you work for someone else and it's in the lines of what your soul purpose is, great. But I mean, are you really going to feel fulfilled if you're working day in and day out at a company that doesn't even align personally with your spiritual goals? Thank you, Holy Spirit. The exceeding brightness of your glow up makes me conceive how dark I have become. Whoever this person is may be realizing they may have inspiration close by them, helping them realize that what is the true purpose of happiness? Do you feel happiness in your job? Do you feel happy going to work? I personally love waking up every day and creating, helping people, being a light worker brings me very much joy. I can't tell you how fulfilled it makes me, okay? Being able to provide a service for people, create things, be creative, and somehow the divine takes care of me and my children every day, okay? It's just a matter of perspective and how you view life, how you view victory in your lens or perspective of life, okay? I do not care nor have a worry in the world at this very moment because the divine always provides for me, okay? Let's talk about North Node, okay? Because the North Node position in your chart is indeed the destiny position. The South Node, however, is often where we find ourselves and where our spiritual adversaries would like to keep us. My South Node is in Scorpio, and my North Node is in Taurus. So, my destiny is to create, not only create in general, but to create abundance, to teach others how to create abundance, to unlock the universal laws of abundance and permeate that through my aura so it is pungent enough for every being that feels my energy to learn and access from, okay? Does that mean I'm here to just create abundance for others? No, I'm also here to create abundance for my legacy. Get dressed in the stars. I want the town to gaze upon you with admiration as I do. There are a lot of people that may look up to you, starseeds. Okay? It is very important for you to look into this information. And if you are unfamiliar with natal charts and how to read them, please take a moment to shoot me an email and I'll be more than happy to set you up with a consultation. If you can't afford a full hour, I will work something out with you because I know a lot of people got their unemployment cut off recently, or you may be a single parent. I understand that things do happen. And if in the event you do not have enough to order the services directly from the website, simply contact me and I will do my best to assist you. Okay? It's very important for you to know who you are. Okay, people will say, well, I'm this sign, but I don't act like this sign, or it's very important to know your chart and how to read your chart. Also, if we're gonna hit it from a biblical perspective, one that I reference frequently because of my background in Christianity. God says that He knew the number of hairs on our head before we were even born. He knows what is going to unfold in our life and the many different possibilities, the parallel realities of what will the outcome be depending on what our choices are. So if this is so, why would there not be proof of this? Now, scientifically, there's been a lot of things in the Bible proven from a scientific perspective because they go hand in hand, spirituality and science. That's how I like to think of astrology. It's like a cosmic version of spirituality. God wrote our history in the sky. Depending on where the planets were and what house they were in at the time of your very birthing can tell you so much about your life and who you are. For example, I am a sun fire sign, Aries. My chart is very eclectic. I have some formations that are unique, and according to several chart specialists that I have spoke with in learning how to read charts, I have some formations that are very rare. So when you start looking into this, okay, it's going to unfold a lot of things that you'll be like, okay, so that's why I'm like this, even though I've been told my whole life I'm this. It's because you are a makeup of many different qualities of multiple signs, okay? There are 12 houses. Each house represents a different aspect of life. Now, I am Sun in Aries, Moon in Cancer, Aquarius rising, and Aries Venus. I have all 4 elements in my chart, so I can relate to every sign depending on what house it's in. My darkness is infinitely deep. You are the only one who shines through my soul. Okay? You may be beginning to realize that as you embark in this newer journey that is astrology, that there's so much that can be learned there about yourself. Although I am a fire sign, I have quite a bit of placements in water and earth. So I'm a very emotional ram, and with my destiny being tied to security and finances, it's only right for me to do what I do and how I do it. I feel like even though entrepreneurship is not the easiest route to go, but it's fulfilling for me because it allows me to create something more than what is provided to me. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And I encourage other entrepreneurs. I love stories of entrepreneurs and seeing people fully use and lean into that ability to tap into their creative pool and manifest things, alchemize, if you will, because we all are magicians. Some practice more than others, but we all create on a certain accord. Collective, it is important for you to choose today to put that time into yourself like you put into so many other things and other people. I knew you were the one because your light shined the brightest, okay? I knew you were the one because your light shined the brightest. To hold the light, to be the light, to walk with the light. You can't be afraid of the dark, where the dark may lead you. Perhaps this is how you view stepping out on your own accord. The Most High is saying, don't be afraid. There's so much fulfillment in facing fear with light. Okay? Don't worry about the people that try to deter you or discourage you because they couldn't do it themselves. They will burn you just to see a light. Try not to take it personally. These people are lazy, collective. They may not know what their special gift is or their purpose. which is why they tear you down while you go after yours. Focus on you is the best advice I can give you today. Focus on you and how you can fulfill your life purpose. So, as we learn and we study many new things every day, always make time to study yourself. Who you are, where you come from, and where the divine has pre-written for you to go. The light proves them wrong every time. I am currently pulling from my very own oracle deck, the Illuminate Oracle, designed and written by me, Starseed Direct. You can order this deck on my website at starseeddirect.com, as well as many other services and merch. All that information is in the description box below. We're going to go ahead and tap the tarot because I love you. Holy Spirit, the one true living God, the Most High, the God of all gods, who we love and adore and graciously serve to the best of our abilities day in and day out. What message do you have for the collective in regards to their sole purpose, Holy Spirit? The Hanged Man. Desire for knowledge, okay? Protects from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. It's very, very important for you to do the research. Don't wait for someone else to tell you who you are, what you're capable of, and what you're here to do. If you allow someone to write your story for you, they will. And they will permeate it with so much BS that when you look back at it, it won't even sound like you anymore. It's time to walk by faith, not sight. And the Three of Wands, trusting that the direction that the divine is leading you is right, whether you know where it's going or not. This is kind of leading off of the dream that I had earlier today. Walking across the proverbial bridge, not knowing where it's going to lead to, but knowing that the divine trusted me to lead his people out of her. Whether I know the way or not, construction of the universe helps with great works, protection from adversaries. You may find others fallen along the way, collective. Love your enemies. Forgive them. Okay? But do you have to sign up for the bullshit for another round? Not necessarily. For we all have fallen short of glory in different parts of our life, and the divine has assisted us in forgiving us and giving us another chance. Use this with discretion. Is this chance going to deter you from advancement? Because I can tell you right now, if it is, perhaps it's better if you leave them lying there. Teaches, guides, and records events in the Book of Life, Archangel Metatron. There is a deeper knowing that is desired here, collective, and I encourage everyone to meditate and learn something that would fulfill your spirit, not just your taxes or your tax bracket. Thank you, Holy Spirit. There is something being recorded. Every action is recorded here. What are you going to contribute to your story? Okay? Because there will be a new age Bible many, many years from now that will talk about people that live among us today. Are you even going to be mentioned in that work? Think about it. What have you done in your soul purpose that is worthy of mentioning? Think about that. And I'm not talking about clout. I'm not talking about famous people. I'm not talking about any of those things or the accord that society tries to say is notable worthy. What I'm talking about, okay, is your soul purpose and the decision to carry out that said soul purpose in such a way that it will compel others just to hear your story and how you persevered and assisted the divine and others on their journey. Simply by reading the words of revelation, you are blessed in the times that we live in, whether you believe or not. Read them out loud. When I was much younger as a child, my parents used to make us read the Bible out loud to them. I can say that part of the reason why I'm such an avid reader is because this is how I practice how to read. My dad used to make me read the Bible to him till he fell asleep. Okay? Reading the words aloud, because words have power. And remember, like my other video, there's some kind of mystical power in words. People, it's not just music, it's not just spell work, it's not any of those things. It can be looked upon like that because of perspective. But just as the chosen ones can simply pray iniquity and negative energy away, that is a form of manifestation, okay? Spell work, whatever you want to call it, it's the same energy. I call upon the Most High, and He appoints His angels to my needs accordingly. I don't worship angels, but they definitely come to me when I need aid or assurance, because I put the allegiance where the allegiance is due. Okay? These are His creations. Never lose sight of that. Now, it's going to be scary. There's going to be a big decision you're going to be making. Possibly to walk away from everything that you comfortably know now. But what you don't realize is, in doing this, it's going to push you to live a life where you can feel redeemed. Okay? Redeemed. There is a misappropriation of energy here for some of you. You're putting your energy into a lot of things that is only creating things for others. It's time to go within yourself. Hold the lid over this cup and let it ferment. Okay? Ferment. I may be speaking to some of you out there that are working on something or growing something or building something up, like a momentum, if you will. Whatever this is, don't give up. Because when you keep your energy pure, thank you, Holy Spirit, you are able to vibrate higher very easily and see things in a different light. Also keep in mind, collective, that when you are on a higher vibration, naturally people are going to weed away. And it's not because people don't love you. It's not because these people don't support you. It's because they just can't stand to be around you. It's nature, okay? It's nature. It's a secret of nature, actually. Knight of Cups. They may come and go, but once they get too close to the light, they may run off again because they can't handle its brightness, okay? It's not because they're not capable of loving you or supporting you or wanting to be there for you. It's that by you shining your light, it makes them realize how dark they've become. And if they're not ready to polish their own oil lamp, they will retreat back into this darkness until they muster up the courage to approach you again. You will naturally have what is on your same vibration gravitate towards you. Do not ever dim your light for anyone, collective, anyone. Do not. Okay? Because when you are the Empress, the only thing that can withstand your light, other than the Most High, other than his harem of angels, his help, is the Emperor. And it's Emperor season. Gang, gang. This is what we're attracting, my fellow Empresses. Now, if he can't or she can't don the red, handle your brightness, is it really even worth your time? Focus. Tend to the garden. Prune your tree of life. Okay? Don't let anyone tell you or try to convince you that your purpose is to be dimmed. They are the author of lies, and in your story, we pen the truth.